It was
Did
a
you miss the
pop-up.
button?
No, there was a
Oh,
pop-up.
that was perfectly captured. So, hi everybody, welcome to another FPS between Babble and I. This one takes place directly after Penguin Rescue, which you'll probably just need the context for. It's called So This Was Your Fault. I'm Kraken. I'll be playing Leon Mobel, grumpy grandpa dog.
God, it feels so weird calling him a grandpa dog.
Yeah, I literally tripped over it, but that's what we're talking about.
It's so fucking weird. But, anyways, hello, I'm Babble, your, Kraken's partner in crime today. And, I was supposed to be playing both James and Jackie was the initial plan, but today I'm just playing James because Brat Child is just kind of in the ocean at the moment. Don't worry about it, it's fine.
These two brothers had a plan. The plan did not go according to plan. So consequentially, we camera pan down to the water and zoom in and zoom in and zoom in to a little boat that has made its way kind of... I think they've been determined enough to go out of the harbor essentially and into more open water. And it's right at this point we find them where they're both just accepting, yeah, no, they've lost the kid. There is no sign of Jacqueline Judd.
Nope.
Hasn't been for a while, to be honest.
It probably had a bit of a trail, but, at some point it just fucking up and disappeared in the middle of the ocean. And
How's James feeling about this?
Well, for one thing, considering the state that he saw them in, hold on, let me make, because he would probably remembers a thing. I have to roll a whiz save. And that's just straight up D20. He's not doing great about it. There's a bit of anxiety. But also he's more so just pissed. He's immobile. The first reaction is anger.
Angie. No talk me, Angie.
It's even funnier when you see about how fucking tiny this bastard is. Well, they're not here.
No. They're not. Good going.
Good going. Really? You couldn't keep the others distracted long enough while I got to them?
I thought we were going to do the smart thing where we just catch up to the kid and one of us grabs them.
Like, and
then we don't have to deal with all the other people and we just go and it's over.
You are the one that wanted to just bulldoze through the squabble. Don't talk to me about being smart.
Well, there's being smart and then there's playing to strengths. Yes, my strength is bulldozing through. But also, we didn't need to mess around unnecessarily. That's what lost us the kid. And now we're out here.
We weren't messing around. You were making a fuck ton of noise.
Yeah. It's what I do. Mostly prevented you from being got while you were jumping off and running away. And Leon is... Every emotion rocks this boat because Leon is big and you are small. Though, these small boats are basically built for big tunes, but still. He's not really attempting to keep the boat still. Stomp, stomp over. Gonna just rev up the engine with an angry yank.
It's not going to start.
Sure it will. Give another yank.
Thing doesn't start.
Gives James stink eye. So, you're going to do anything about that? It'll take a while to row, and your puny arms aren't going to be able to do it.
I would if I had my tools with me, but unfortunately they're back on the ship.
You know what? Better idea. Just sit down, stay out of the way. And I'm going to... What would I roll for this? Because, I'm going to say these boats have like a little mast and sails that are stored underneath the seats that's just going to set up. Leon has decided, rather than nonstop rowing for like an hour, he could, but he wants to save his breath for tearing into his brother for this whole operation. We'll see how long this takes. Listen. Leon is not like a sailor in the sense of sails and wind. It's been a while since he's done this. It takes a bit to set up correctly. He accidentally rigs things a bit backwards a bit. But eventually...
I was gonna say, like, is he going to ask his brother for help? Because that would be funny.
No. He's not interested in James's help. James has messed this up enough already.
I sit here with James thinking the same damn thing. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm getting kind of hungry. So he gets up and he looks down at the ocean.
James?
What?
James?
Yeah?
Do not. No.
Fuck you. And he flips backward into the ocean.
Leon makes a grab, but that's so funny, I'm going to say he misses.
A little while later, like, he gets a fish to the face.
Oh, like, and the thing is, James has vacated the premises. Leon then doesn't wait, just sets the sails and is going to go off. Listen. If James can't swim fast enough, that's his own fault. Fish comes sailing up. Smack. Kicks it down under the boat. You're acting like a little kid.
I'm acting like a little kid. And that comes out faster than intended because he has to jump out of the water in order to speak.
This is just like Dolphin where it's bloop, bloop.
Yeah, it kind of has to be.
Amazing.
You're the one who pinned things on me first, dick.
Because you deserve it. This is your fault.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. This entire thing was your idea. We could have gotten out of there fairly trouble-free if you hadn't split off in the first place. We also wouldn't be in trouble just... It was unnecessary, all of it. Well, Your side was unnecessary.
My side. Excuse me for wanting... Fuck.
You want fuck?
No.
Want some fuck?
No.
FPS over. I killed Babble. Thanks for coming, everybody.
He hops into the boat, and I'm... Hold on. You know, it'd be absolutely fucking hysterical.
Oh god, what?
If he misjudged how far he really needed to go and accidentally rammed into Leon.
In that case, I'm gonna roll to see if Leon catches or if he's bowled over.
I'm gonna roll a contesting because it would be fucking hilarious. What should we roll?
I just did Dex there for Leon.
Oh boy.
Haha.
That he doesn't have a plus in that.
Yeah, no, James smacks in and just... Leon is now holding you. It's funny enough, it's almost like cradling a baby, just flop in arm.
Okay, so I misjudged.
Mm-hmm. And Leon's got a hold of you now. You're not leaving. Stay in the goddamn boat.
Put me down.
No, I really don't think I am. You've lost boat moving privileges.
Fuck off! He's getting a smack to the face.
Can't tell me what to do.
I can smack you with my cane. Where the fuck is it?
I don't know, James. Where is it?
I'm gonna make him a perception.
Mm-hmm. That's a nat one.
Where is my cane?
It's around, don't worry. Just distinctly not letting go. It's just like basically a plush held under the arm.
I seriously don't see it.
Hold on, I'm just doing a perception for Leon.
God, James's perception. This is the third time in a row he's gotten a nat 1 in perception.
And he's got a better modifier, so... Anyway, with a 15, I think Leon knows exactly where it is, can kind of see it, but you know what? Fuck James. You stay right here, motherfucker. It's around. Would I lie to you?
Yes.
Fair point. So what happens now, baby brother?
I don't know. I don't know what your side of the plan was. Other than just bulldoze that seagulls area.
Mm-hmm.
Did you find anything useful?
I don't know. I didn't have time to look at it.
You didn't have time, or you didn't want to?
I didn't have time because this was a heist operation. You don't linger. And then you were the one who had grabbed your kid and was already heading out and got the old dog barking. No, there was no time.
That dog used to
All of a
listen to my commands. I don't know what the hell happened. It shouldn't have been a problem. He was my dog.
Maybe you're just stinky.
Piss off. And, James did catch a fish. He spits it out. And he slaps his brother with it.
What did I say about you acting like a child?
Not to. However, I'm going to distinctly ignore it.
No dignity for you, I see. You're just told, I just imagine being held like the football.
Dignity? In the Mobel family? Are you kidding?
Is that supposed to be a joke? Of course.
God, your pride in the fact that you're Mobel is a disgusting display.
You're the one that left the family name, ran off, did your own thing, whatever. I
There is no
don't necessarily
pride.
expect anything out of you.
How can you have pride in being a Mobel after everything our father's done?
Because one day, when people hear the name, they won't think of our father, they'll think of me.
I'm
What?
not sure if that's much better.
Sure it is.
Really? How so? Enlighten me. Tell me how great Leon Mobel is.
Well, look, it's work in progress, all right?
You don't have shit.
You want to talk shit about her father? Fine, you know, being in the shadow, tough to get anything done.
I mean, it's not exactly a hard thing to do. The man was gigantic. And a gigantic asshole. I don't exactly think that that's something that you would want to be.
Well, it's not necessary to be liked either. I mean, hey, your own kid there wasn't too happy with you either, so really, who are any of us to talk?
They've
Not that
never
that's surprising.
met me before.
I mean, between that and the heritage, just, no, it doesn't surprise me.
Fair enough. How far away did we really go? How far did this kid travel? Jesus Christ.
If they're anything as fast as you, hey James, I think for both of us, do we want to roll perception or investigation to see how far out we are as of right now?
Dear God, what is your investigation, my guy? Because your perception is apparently trash. It's the same fucking thing. It's the same modifier. It doesn't fucking matter.
They both get 9. Well, the late night has given way to early morning. Everything is gray. A light fog is settled in. Leon does not seem concerned about this in terms of direction at all.
Admittedly, neither is, James. doesn't mean he's not uneasy about the water, though.
Oh. That's interesting. Could Leon roll an insight?
You could. I'm gonna roll a deception. What's
Fuck
your
you, Nat
deception,
20.
buddy?
Give me the deets.
Ah, god damn it, I didn't even get to roll deception. Hold on, I'm gonna try
I mean,
anyways.
good to go, but...
I can, and I will. Alright. Still beats it because it's nat 20.
God.
Damn, did he try, though.
For reference, due to bonkers modifiers, that's a 27. That's 25 from James, but Leon just got a nat 20 on reading the brother. So it's good. Nobody else would ever pick this up. But
Yep.
Leon knows something is bugging.
Yeah, he at the very least knows that there's... He keeps looking at the water, and the way his brow twitches... Leon, you know your brother. The way that his brow twitches, it doesn't usually twitch like that unless he's fucking nervous.
What's eating you? I've never seen you be scared of the water. Complete opposite, in fact. Bit too fond of it.
With all that oil coming off of Jacqueline, it may have agitated some of the water spirits in there.
And you know what, like, James, you're right up in there. You can feel Leon tense at that.
Admittedly, it's also been a while since I've been out in open water. So, might just be time.
It's nice to see you finally have some caution. Some respect. Well. Anything tries to mess, it's too bad. Not going down today.
I mean, if enough of them are agitated, it wouldn't take much.
Surprised it hasn't happened to you yet. You would cavort with them so often.
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
It means you're reckless, little brother.
Care to elaborate a little further? I'm sorry, my old age with my hearing, you know, I can't hear out of both eyes. He's being a smartass.
Sorry, that killed me. Okay. And there's just a shuffle around. James, you're now being picked up and manhandled to kind of look your brother in the face.
Oh, gross. You really need to brush your teeth more often.
A snarl and a snap.
You really want to do
My
that?
point.
Come on, then. Show me what you're made of, puppy.
You're not getting out of this one. You've been ignoring, or you certainly were ignoring, advice on this most of your life. But water spirits... Look, James. Maybe you're smarter now, but you were deluding yourself about those things. Not people, James. They're forces of nature.
They're
They
both.
can get a little angry, but they don't care about, like, people or individual people. I'm not surprised that someone who is a half-water spirit took off into the ocean the moment it could. To be expected.
There's just silence for a moment.
There's Leon does a little shake because the silence goes on a bit too long. Did he break brother? You in there? Hard truths, I know, because you're an idiot like that, but it needs saying. It's been needing saying all your whole life.
Just a second, cause he's gonna roll a thing to see if he noticed something about Abby. That's a 21.
Earth to James. You can't disassociate out of this talk.
Would you shut up for just one moment?
Unless you have a very good reason, no, I will not.
For one thing, I still think you're wrong. 2, I really don't like that seagull.
No, she's annoying.
She's more than just annoying, James.
She's loud.
God, you really are an idiot. Okay.
Well, all right. Enlighten me.
Set me down and I might.
If you don't jump off the boat again to avoid talking about your regrettable mistakes in life, then sure.
The only thing I regret is allowing myself to be adopted.
Leon does not respond to that and sets James down.
How much do you actually know about water spirits?
I've been on the water. We're Mobels, James. We've been on and near the water our whole lives.
Tell me how much you actually know, damn it. Being a sailor doesn't mean you know.
I know they can't love you. They literally cannot. They're forces of nature. They don't care if you live or die.
Believe what you want on that end of the spectrum. What else do you know? He's free to roll
forces
history
of
if he
nature.
wants.
They're spawned a little irregularly. Depends on where, I suppose. Generally keep to themselves and show them their due respect. They're like storms. They're like storms. I don't need to know anything specific. I just need to know how to not end up like our sister.
And you do realize that how you do that is you actually get to know them because I'm telling you right now. And his flippers are definitely like rubbing his eyes, the side of his face, because oh dear God, he's just that dumb. He doesn't know shit. He's ignorant. And at this point, he's afraid that his brother might be choosing ignorance, which isn't ignorance at that point, it's just stupidity.
I don't see what this has to do with the Admiral.
It has so
It has
much
everything
to
to do with your
with
kid, admittedly.
It has a lot to do with the Admiral now, because, the Admiral apparently has fused with the soul of a water spirit.
Blink, blink, blink.
More particularly, they've fused with the soul of my partner.
So I am prescribing you to bed rest, first of all, because that is an insane statement.
You... Really? Really? Do you have any idea
Look,
how malleable? Or, not malleable, what the fuck is the word?
you've had a stressful night. You've been thinking about your past and your family.
Oh,
You've
for the
been
love of God.
obsessing about this for a while now.
And you've been obsessing over a rat made of oil. Shut the fuck up.
Different.
Not really. Not really. Do you have any idea how insane it is? You look at your ship. It produces oily rats.
One oily rat.
I'm not
It has
stupid.
produced one, and it will stay at producing one.
It's still trying. Ugh. This is... Why? If anybody needs bed rest, it's you too, dumbass. You sound just as insane as I do.
This whole family's a mess. Fine. What did you mean about the seagull? What?
So the way that water spirits are born.
You, I don't know her well at all, but I've seen her around. Not a spirit. I mean, and then sort of backtracks. Could fool you, admittedly. Weather magic, out the wing feathers or whatever. Not a spirit, though.
Possibly not up until recently.
How would that work? What is that? Like warlock?
No.
Whole shifts?
So how water spirits are born? They are born by the laughter or the singing of a sea shanty on the first voyage that a sailor makes.
Huh.
Probably explains why you probably haven't made one.
Oh, piss off. I work on the sea. I didn't say I loved it.
He's rolling an insight on that, because, like, what? He always assumed that his brother loved the ocean.
Are you good?
Yeah.
Leon's not going to do any sort of contesting deception because, like, he thought that was apparent. What are you giving me that look for?
I thought you loved the ocean.
I respect the ocean. I've grown up by her. I do not think I would last long inland. It's just so always been there. It's always been what I was going to do. But the way you've always talked about the ocean and spirits, no. No, I don't love it. And that's why I've survived this long. Because I'm not a fool when I'm out here. The ocean doesn't give a damn about you or me or anyone.
You're not wrong. Although it does help having the water spirits on your side. What few
They're
you know.
an extension of the same damn thing.
So you believe. That we have gotten off topic, and I will unpack the other thing later. And he is making a note that he did, now that he knows that this apparently isn't what Leon wanted to do with his life. He's planning to unpack that at some point. What the fuck?
I need to unpack it at some point, because that came out of nowhere. Moving on.
Why are you doing it then? That's James's question. Like, dude. God, these guys are like in their 60s. Why is he doing this?
Listen, as said, we'll unpack all that later, / I'll interrogate my own character later. Back on topic. What was our topic?
Water spirits.
Water spirits.
We got so far off topic. But the thing about that is that they share a connection. The water spirit that's born shares a connection with the person whose laugh or singing created them. And the only person who really knows is the water spirit.
Okay. So you're saying,
Well, it's complicated. They don't usually... Sailors and water spirits, they don't usually interact, because you yourself have said, and you're not wrong on that aspect. Shocking. That water spirits are reclusive. They don't interact much with people. Not unless they absolutely have to, or if you've gained one's trust. And he's looking out at the ocean when he does that. In confusion. Because what Abby did is damn near unheard of. It's not impossible, but it takes effort and chance on the water spirit's part. But
it's unnatural is what it is, if you're right.
It is, admittedly. The way that when water spirits die, admittedly, they're incredibly easy to kill. What? You hush. You're not getting more food. You were already fed. Fuck off.
Hi, kitty.
He's being a little brat baby. He wants more food, but he was fed at his normal time, so he's not getting more. You have already been fed. Anyways, when they die, this only happens if they both choose to leave it behind, and the person that they're leaving it behind to is the person that they are connected to. The person whose laugh or shanty created them. They leave behind this sort of moldable stone made of not quite ice. It's made of water, but it's not ice. And that in of itself has a lot of power packed into it, because it is quite literally the water spirit's soul. It's the soul of a fucking water spirit. And with that extremely specific kind of circumstance, yes, it is almost unheard of. Not impossible, but it's also more unheard of for the person to fuse with said soul. You would have to keep that thing close to your chest almost at all times, and it would have to be a choice of both parties, not just the water spirit, not just the person. And you're opening yourself up to so much, not just partial spirit, which means some of the same vulnerabilities, some of the same strengths, yes, but like I said, water spirits are easy to kill.
So you're saying our job has potentially gotten easier if Jackie goes back?
What?
Is that not where you're going with this? It's an interesting story, kind of horrifying. Is that not your point with this?
If she really did, I'm going to roll him a wisdom saving throw to see just how pissed off he is at this realization that, that was his partner that she fused with.
Yeah, Leon is thinking about this. He's chewing it over. He does find it legitimately kind of body horror. That's a 3.
Yeah, that was a disadvantage because he really did love his partner. That's one thing that I can say about James, is that he's a fucking asshole, but he did love his partner very much. And his partner loved him.
James is busy having this moment and a crisis, and Leon, who's been chewing this over, just goes, "So you're saying the bird is now your ex?"
Let's just fucking kill her, for God's sakes, I hate that.
No. Let's explore this a little. Let's explore this a little further, baby brother.
No, I don't want to explore that. No, that's gross.
So it's finally, it's gross and a natural love of spirit. So this is what it took.
I don't like the Admiral!
Are you sure? You're making an interesting case.
I hate you so much right now.
No. You've opened up to me.
Fuck
I'm not laughing at you. Leon is entirely laughing.
Fuck off. I hate you fucking much.
We're doing feelings now. This is what it is. Tell me all about your woes, baby brother.
Shut the fuck up. You know what? No, fuck you. You know what? Let's unpack your shit then. You dick. What the hell? Is
shit.
this not what you wanted to do with your life? Sail? What do you even do on that boat?
Oh, hold on. Okay, sorry. The question was, what do you do?
Yeah. What does Leon do aboard the Barker? Like, what's the job of the boat?
I mean, I work, James. You know, the Mobels, our whole thing is artillery and defense or whatever, but that's mostly been dear old Dad's purview. I hold the waters elsewhere, and realistically, largely, I am just here to look intimidating, make connections, and maybe do some odd jobs.
You do know that Dad had another thing he was doing inside, right?
He had a few irons cooking. Which do you mean?
I mean the secret, well, quote-unquote secret. I designed the damn ship, so I know what's there.
Yeah, you would.
Shut up. Anyways, he had a secret lab where he ran all kinds of tests on a lot of things. And, wanna roll me an insight?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. It's not really a high DC, this one.
Wow, though, not one. Wow.
You're
Do
just
we
assuming
want
that
this
this
in
is
advantage? Do you want to
just...
keep that?
You're just assuming at this point, Leon, that this is just about the fact that they're talking about Dad, because he's always anxious when they talk about Dad. You know how he feels about him.
Dad always had multiple irons in the fire. This isn't, like, necessarily surprising or new. What's your point?
You know that Dad used a lot of his crew as test subjects, right? That's why they kept rotating?
Bit of an open secret, yeah.
Bit of an open secret? It wasn't that open, otherwise he would have been shut down.
Well, I say that from my perspective. The family and all.
Family. So, you don't actually have... You're just out here faffing about doing fuck all? No wonder you don't enjoy it.
There are specific jobs that came from Dad, but look, those are classified. NDAs and whatnot. Just because you're family doesn't get you the privilege to know.
You have any idea how much you just contradicted what you said previously? Right? Right? Come on. You don't actually think I'm that dumb. And,
I don't owe you anything. I don't owe you answers.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, maybe since things went to hell with Glacial Rider, it's been a bit of faffing about.
Okay, so then what is your plan other than to get the rat back? What are you gonna do after that, Like, what's your big plan here, buddy? What, are you just gonna continue faffing about in the ocean?
Look, I'll figure it out. I'm figuring it out, but in the meantime, just what else am I supposed to do, huh? This has been my life. That's what I do.
You know it doesn't have
Speaking
to be,
of,
right?
and reach into hammer space. What was the question? I missed it.
The question was, you know it doesn't have to be, right?
Doesn't answer. Is trying to change the subject. And is pulling out a big, huge... It's a couple binders, but mostly a bunch of loose leaf paper.
We will be unpacking this later, and no, you won't be able to get out of it next time.
So what do you think?
If I'm not allowed to get out of talks like this, then you're not either, asshole. And what is this?
This is what I swiped out of the Seagull's office. And that was a 16 investigation, which is pretty good for a Leon. And I think part of what this is scanning the papers, and the great news is it's easy to find what he's looking for because the bilge rat, it seems, hasn't changed what it's being called. It's just bilge rat.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Gotcha.
Well, let me see.
No, hey, hold on. Mine.
Do you want help or not?
Well, considering the way this entire last night went, I'm not sure how much help you'll be.
Really?
Yes, really.
Hand me a fucking binder.
You throw it overboard, I'm throwing you overboard, and I'm not coming back.
I'm not gonna throw it overboard. Quit your yapping.
Hands over half the stack.
Thank you. Christ. He's going to take a look at it. Alright, rolling him an investigation, and I'm going to fucking laugh if it is below a 10.
Well, there you go, dirty 20.
Hell yeah. I don't know what he finds.
I'm going to call it with Leon 16 was found the name and references to his stack is like dates that, date that rat came aboard and whatnot, or like, this is the crew rotation he was in for this voyage, or yada yada, notes on that end. With the dirty 20, James, you get the date of leaving and also a note on why/where. Well, this isn't very useful. You got anything?
And, out of character, insert date here is what he says. Whatever date that Bill Durrett left, I don't know.
Completely fair, valid. I don't know either. What are timelines?
And, he has reading glasses on, because, yeah, he would. And he's flipping through a couple pages as he reads them over. As he continues, date of leaving, Atlantis, and here's a little note in really shitty handwriting. And a little bit of oil on the side. I'm assuming this is what we're looking for, or written by who we're looking for. What does that say?
might need to roll something to be able to read this handwriting.
What do you want me to roll, my guy?
What would you roll? I mean, already wearing the reading glasses, I guess a perception investigation to just like, it's the thing where you hold the paper up really close, like, what?
I mean, they're both the same modifier for him, so whichever one. God, that's an 8. God,
You got nothing.
This kid's
You can make
handwriting.
a few individual words, and they're mostly stuff like, and.
This kid's handwriting is shit. I mean, the oil doesn't help, but... Here.
Give it over.
Yeah, I was going to hand it to you, you asshole. Take it.
Leon, no reading glasses, is just sitting with paper basically at the nose. Looking at it, just... Have met with your recommendation over mountains, now on way to Ghibli. Thanks. Well, it's squinting more because, like, well, that can't be right.
What do you mean?
Well, the next sentence, the word looks like Atlantis, but that can't be right because the place doesn't exist.
Atlantis? It does exist. It's just not over by Ghibli.
James. Just put your hands. I know you're my baby brother, and young, and dumb, and gullible, and foolish. Atlantis does not exist.
You have little faith and no imagination.
What did the water spirits tell you? This is island new. Is that how you got this in your head?
I hate you so much.
So it's true.
It's not.
You just believe anything they'll tell you, huh?
I didn't even hear anything about Atlantis from water spirits. I don't hear everything from them.
The way you'd always be away could have fooled me.
I was in college.
Right.
I went to college with June.
Sarcastic nod, completely fucking with you at this point. Right. College with June.
I'm gonna roll him inside. I love this.
What was that roll for?
That was an insight to see if he could tell that he was fucking with him now, and he knows now.
Yeah. And
James is gonna try and push him out.
You're like 2 feet tall, and this dog is 6'9". Do it, motherfucker.
Going for the shins. What would that be? Like athletics?
Yeah, athletics or strength. Good luck. Oh shit. Well, I need to contest that.
He's not very
Fortunately
dexy, but he is strong.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Dick! And he pushes his brother into the water. Via the shins!
It completely works, because that was a nat 1 with a +7 modifier for strength saving throw, but a nat 1.
James.
Dice parser, I love you.
Same. So James, furious and fed up with his brother being such an ass, goes up to leans over, grabs his brother's ankles, and lifts him up and flips him backwards into the ocean.
Bloosh. There's furious sputtering, coughing, and barking. Grolix up the wazoo, and it's also at this point there's a bwah, bwah.
Oh, I'm gonna make this guy a con save to see if he can not laugh. And it's gonna be at disadvantage because that's hilarious.
11 or 11.
An 11 or an 11. He's cackling a little bit. And having Leon's a grand time.
One paw up, grabbing the edge of the boat and just like, well, okay, that solves one problem. That's Barker.
Seems like you got another new problem.
Oh, shut up. And Leon is just going to bark furiously, loudly. There's like projection behind this bark.
Contesting intimidations?
I mean, sure, but it's also to signal the barker to come find them.
Oh, that's fair.
I mean, I will roll intimidation just for fun.
Hell yeah.
Because I love that mod of his.
Fuck yeah, same.
And the saga continues of the 2-foot penguin being more intimidating than the almost 7-foot dog. By 1 point.
You know what? It was probably James that freaked out both Jackie and and Todd. So imagine what would have happened if Leon himself had just gone in on his own. If that would have caused less of a ruckus, I'm gonna laugh.
That would be hysterical, because my very first thought hearing that is like, oh, this is the higher Angst AU. But no. As it is, a dark shape emerges from the fog, cutting through the water.
Oh, okay, but
be the steamship Barker.
Hell yeah. But James does reach out a hand to help pull Leon up. Okay, but seriously though, I'm gonna get you out of the water.
Because you're the one that said we've probably pissed off every water spirit in the area. That would be... There is a nervous glance cast over his shoulder.
I didn't say that we pissed them off. I just said that they might be agitated.
I still would not like to be in the water where there's agitated spirits.
Yeah, that lack of foresight on my end. And he's...
Aww, you do love me.
Shut the fuck up. I will leave you in there, he says as he's helping pull him out. Or just pulling him out.
Holy shit, yeah, James is feeling it. That's a nat 20 on strength.
Grabs him by the scruff, yeets him in.
God, I was gonna roll like a strength to help, but like not even. Leon is getting ready to kick himself and just feels himself getting yoinked. Slam into the boat. And with that, Barker's coming alongside, and there's a ladder being thrown over the side, and you can both hear the irregular, arrhythmic chug-chug of her engine.
How do you sleep at night with that the way it is?
You get used to it.
I don't know if I will, ever. Sun's settling. Are you
Penguins
okay?
first. Wait. Yeah? What brought that on?
Shut the fuck up. And he continues, he goes to climb.
Out of brotherly kinship and love, Leon damps down the urge to shake the ladder underneath him. And then climbs on up after.
When he gets up there, there's a towel thrown at his face.
Yeah, starts wiping down. And then just, does the dog shake. And water goes everywhere. James, if you were dry, you're not now.
Well, I mean, he doesn't care. He's a penguin. So he just stands there and he's getting splashed in the face with water. And then when Leon is done, he just blinks. Like, you done?
Sure, I'm fantastic.
Don't sound so excited.
Go get some rest. It's been a long night. Figure out what comes next. Later.
You're going to rest too, right?
Sure. What is your deception modifier?
Oh, get the insight.
Dirty 20. Yes, Leon Mobel is definitely going to go straight to rest immediately, yes.
I'm gonna roll intimidation just because he's glaring so hard. But also, don't worry about it. It's just the intensity of his glare, of his face. His resting bitch face.
James's resting bitch face is lethal!
It is!
Christ, you're in a grumpy state. Go to bed. And Leon is going to point to wherever James's bunk is set up and head off towards the back, which is ostensibly towards where he sleeps, so, it seems to track.
James is gonna hobble his way to his room. I forgot for a moment that he didn't have his cane, so he was probably really struggling to get up that ladder.
Oh.
Probably struggling to get to his room. But he's fine.
Oh no. You know what? James, roll a dex.
Oh, fun. I love that. I love Dex. I love this guy's Dex. I guess
there's
he's
a
fine.
Heads up, and James, you do indeed catch the cane that's thrown at you. Because Leon had grabbed it on the way up.
He just he barely looks when he grabs the cane from the air, and he looks at it, looks back to where he thinks Leon went, and just puts it down on the ground, grabs the handle. He opens his mouth to say something, but it feels weird on his tongue even before he says it, so it gives an annoyed, quote-unquote, grunt, kind of growl, in a sense, and walks to his bunk. And you can roll an insight on that if you want.
I would love to. Give me 22. Give me...
Jesus Christ, this guy's insight. Okay. That was the attempt to say thank you and the failure to do so in a verbal manner that is words.
Yeah, Leon's not surprised and does not begrudge this. If anything, he's a little smug. Ugh. Is there anything else from James, or is he truly just going to go crash?
I think the only thing left that he's really going to do is sit on the bed of his bunk and I'm gonna roll him a hammer's face, and I swear to God, if he fucking fumbles, I'm going to laugh. No. He pulls out a locket. And it's actually a kind of big locket. It's not
Like,
your normal
big
size.
for him, or
It's actually pretty big. It's like the size of his flipper, in the sense of like what his hand would be. Yeah, it's decently sized. And he opens it up, and on one side is a picture of all three of the Mobel siblings with June's picture part kind of faded. And the other is of him and his partner, way back in the day, back when he had long hair. And God, he was a fucking hippie.
Incredible.
And in his mind, as the boat is rocking and he's hearing that heartbeat, that weird, irregular heartbeat kind of thing going on with the engine, in his mind, there's like the water spirit partner changes into Abby, and he gets this disgusted look on his face, and he does something that he's not done.
Oh?
He grabs his knife from the side table, and he starts cutting out the picture.
Oh.
And,
Oh.
Yeah, he's...
Ow!
He's tearing the picture.
Hey, ow. Ow, illegal, ow!
And, then he's... He's gonna break the locket in half.
Oh.
And he's gonna open the porthole and toss the side that had the picture of his partner and him, as well as the bits of the picture, out the fucking porthole, and then close it.
My heart.
And after a while of breathing, taking deep breaths, trying to calm down, get rid of that weird-ass feeling, he's gonna stab the side table with his knife because, dear God. And, yeah, he's gonna curl up in the bed and just fucking pass the fuck out. Fuck this.
Some fucking rest, buddy, God. Man. Leon, for his part, does not go to bed. Not immediately. He's got to check in with the mate, see what's happening, make sure they're going where they need or want to, figure things out logistically before he can sleep off the night's clusterfuck of events. But before even that, he heads down to the engine room. Just to check on things. And that irregular engine thrum going as always. James might have heard a sort of stutter, shudder while he was doing his own thing. And that happens when Leon spots sluggish movement in the bilge and brings his morning star down on it. There is no more movement. He leaves and he goes to bed.
God. Are there like portholes or windows that he could probably see into the ocean on the way?
You know what? Yeah, as he looks at the porthole of his own captain's quarters.
All right.
What's he see?
Roll me perception.
Of course. 15.
I mean, it's not exactly that hard to see a part of a golden locket start sinking past it.
Huh. Tisk and a shake of the head. Yes, he's wanted his brother to get some sense for decades now. No, he's not exactly happy that it kind of comes with misery. Ah, well. C'est la vie. Time to hecking sleep.
It's probably the goodest place to end it.
Yeah, I think that's the end.
Unless you wanted any exposition from the other beans that we have.
No, I think we can keep it focused on these two. Let people wonder. God. All right. Jeez. Thank you for this, Babble.
Thank you, Kraken.
All right. I want to stop recording. Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys. Have fun.